Hello, crazy people, and welcome to 31 Days of Spoops, Day 5. And today, as you can see, it's a bit different. I'm in a more podcasty format, and that's because I kind of wanted these Fridays to be a bit chill, and also I want to recap some of the stories that were read in the week. So today it's going to be a bit shorter because there were only 2 that were posted, but future podcasts, if you want to call this, are going to be maybe longer depending on how much I ramble and how many stories were read. So if you did not have a chance to listen to any of the stories this week, there are going to be spoilers, but if you don't mind that, then continue, or if you just do not care, you could just click away or listen for some reason. Whatever floats your boat, really. So, going on, the first story that was read this week was called Radio Silence by Betsy Bartlett, I believe the username was. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but yeah, you could check out his story if you go to the original video. I have the link in the description, as I do for a lot of the other stories that I read. And Radio Silence was one of the stories that didn't exactly chill me, but I did find it very intriguing when, in the ending, when he deciphers, or the person that we're supposed to be reading as deciphers the binary code as be quiet or they will hear you. I really like the concept of just something bigger out into the universe that we have yet to explore and really know what's going on. Like, what we know is only a fragment of what is out there. So I would imagine that we have been trying to send some signals out there. It wouldn't be a shock to me if that's what scientists have been doing, or if they are. I don't really look into that because I'm not very much of a space person, even though I do find some things intriguing. And the thought of trying to communicate and the message back to us isn't exactly friendly, but more of a warning, because not only is this other species, or I guess aliens, are, they know of the danger of what we have to be quiet for. Or because it was an interesting concept that there may be an alien force or whatever that even terrifies other aliens. We do not when we think of, usually when aliens are introduced, it's either all of them kind of have some sort of community and kind of neutral grounded maybe some more brute aliens, or it's just us against this evil alien species. I hardly ever seen a story where it's us and aliens afraid of a bigger force, whether it's aliens or whatever. That part's kind of open for interpretation towards me. I'm not saying this hasn't been done before, but the way that it was done and just the idea is something that intrigues me. The other story is called Overdose, and it was, well, not kind of, it was definitely a risky video to put up because of like YouTube's guidelines, and also like there is a trigger warning, and some people tend to get upset by those whether they didn't like really pay attention to the warning, or it's just like some of those other people that kind of kill it for people who really need these trigger warnings. But this was a story that didn't scare me, but again, I did find myself very intrigued. The concept of, because for me, for those of you who don't know, I did struggle with self-harm, and by no means what is it like an addiction or anything. Like, some classify it as some sort of an addiction. Personally, I wouldn't quite call it that, though I would call it something similar to that. And the idea of being near death and some entity or death god, whatever, whoever the man was supposed to be, just giving you like a second chance, but whenever you kind of think about going back or like have the temptation to go back, he just suddenly appears like wherever, whenever, just staring at you. That, okay, maybe I was creeped out by that. I wasn't scared, but that idea really creeped me out, because I kind of imagine like, because I would be lying if I said that there are some moments in my depression where the thought does come to me, even though I never take action, nor do I have the desire to take action. It's just a thought that pops up because, like, obvious reasons. But yeah, just the thought of like just some like man just like wherever appearing and staring at me is something that creeps me out. Because one, I'm not a big people person to begin with, and then secondly, just having somebody just stare at you is something that terrifies me, because I don't know what people are thinking most of the time, whether it's malicious or what not. So yeah, it's just really creepy. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? If you guys listen to any of the stories or have read them previously, did you like them, or are some of your favorite stories? And thank you guys for watching this. Sorry it was a bit short, but as I said, the upcoming weeks, these things should be a bit longer. So thank you again for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.